making.
They can't leave the room until they sign up for one or the other.
The door's locked, folks.
I'll get it. Thank you. We're good.
All set? Okay, it's 1 o'clock. I'm gonna call the April 7th Board of Commissioner meeting to order. Today, we're gonna start out with a prayer by Commissioner Sarkella, followed by the pledge by Commissioner Moody.
Dear Lord, we thank you for this day, for the beautiful sunshine that you've given us, and for the opportunity to gather in a free country. We ask that you would be with us during our meeting, help us to make mindful and wise decisions, and help us too, Lord, to remember that at the special Easter season, that we remember the wonderful gift of your Son as he does shine on us as also. In your precious Son, most precious name, we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Leslie, roll call, please.
District 1 Chairman John Block. District 2 Commissioner Roger Ballard. District 3 Commissioner Gary Heberlin.
present
District 4 Commissioner Bill Sarkella.
here.
District 5 Commissioner Christine Lee. Here. District 6 Commissioner Evans Ehart.
Here.
District 7 Commissioner John Moody.
Thank you, Leslie.
The score is 4 heres to 3 presents, by the way.
Yeah.
I see it's always getting mixed up a little bit.
What's your point?
Before we adopt today's agenda, I have a couple of additions for the agenda. I would like to add NFA 006-26, which is acceptance of the 2025 annual drain report. The Drain Commissioner Suite will be providing to the board today. And I would also like to add closed session for the purpose of contract negotiations with the corrections union. Could entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion with the 2 additions to our agenda today.
Okay, I have a motion from Commissioner Heberlin, supported by Commissioner Ballard, to adopt the agenda as amended. Is there any discussion?
The closed session. Okay.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Agenda is adopted. At this time, we'll entertain a motion to approve our meeting minutes from March 17th.
Motion to approve.
I'll support it.
I have a motion from Commissioner Ballard, supported by Commissioner Lee, to approve our meeting minutes from March 17th. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. You would have received your correspondence from Jody through email the other day. So we're going to move into commissioner reports. We will start with Commissioner Moody.
I have no report. Mine are next week. Speaker, Worth, and Fremont are all next week.
Right? Evans?
Nor do I. I was on vacation.
Okay, I got a phone call from Marion Township yesterday. They've requested my presence at their meeting tonight. They are going to be getting a special land use permit for a solar installation from DTE. That's all I have. Christine?
I was not at the meeting, but I know that Eagle came out to the manure pit that's in Elmer Township. I have not heard what happened there as far as that goes. And that's all I have to report.
Okay. Bill?
Sat in Port Sanilac back in March. They had a presentation from Edgewater, the firm overseeing the harbor project. I've helped support the first round of that with some letters for the harbor master. The first portion of that for $1 million, they're up for a DNR grant, and then it'll be a total $4 million project when it's all said and done. Complete infrastructure, fuel, and everything else. So similar to what they're going to be doing in Lexington down there as well. Also discussed their land ordinance and some snow removal. And their water is up and running from Lexington, so the residents are happy with it, and they're figuring out the building structure for it. Applegate last night, all their trucks for the fire department inspection were approved. They have a couple new appointees on their board as well. The fire department did receive wildland gear for 4 sets of equipment from an MDNR grant, and they're reviewing some ordinances, and they also have appointed for a committee on that, approved their budget. And also swore in a treasurer and 1 new member of the planning commission for them. And apparently the municipalities are having some issues with using debit cards for paying their bills with DTE and consumers, and they're getting charged extra fees on those. Applegate was paying like $60 a month, so they're going to change their structure and try to do direct billing to avoid those fees. And then lastly, they discussed their chicken ordinance, wildfowl ordinance. Apparently there were some, as they said, ruffled feathers in town. That's all I have.
Excellent report, Bill. Thank you. Gary?
Okay, thank you. My report's gonna be short. My
Well,
version.
then start now.
If you're new here, Bill and I go back and forth all the time about it. Anyway, tonight I have Watertown Township meeting. Tomorrow night I have the Moortown Township meeting. And last night, I attended the Sandusky City Council. And I gotta keep this straight because I have two of their council people here and their city manager. So anyway, gave me a report. Dave Faber, the city manager, said that he had met with McKinsey to discuss a grant for the driveway on Gates Road. May 20th, there's gonna be a meeting at the Sandusky City Airport. And that's gonna be by the Michigan Aeronautics. And that's at 10 o'clock. And I believe anybody can attend that, Dave, or? I did bring up to Mr. Faber and to the mayor last night. I had a call a couple weeks ago from a constituent in our local area. And they wanted to know what the plans were for extending the runway for larger planes and small jet planes. And of course, I didn't know that. So I told her I'd get back with her. So I did ask the question last night to the mayor and the city manager, and it's in the 5-year plan. And I don't have still have all the details, but that's part of their plan. There was also a local resident attended the meeting last night, had a backup in his basement. And he asked the city if there's anything they could do to help out. And basically that was tabled. There's no conclusion. End of my report. Was that quick enough?
Thank you, Gary. Roger?
Oh, let's see. Last night I went to the city of Marlette. They approved some amended language for their park millage, which will be on the election. They approved the purchase. They found a used 2011 dump truck it's got less than 34,000 miles on it for a very good price with dual blades on it. So that was a good thing. Theirs just kind of fell apart. And they are having a park and cemetery cleanup this Saturday. And also they have an upcoming free shred day for city residents. Last Saturday, my wife and I attended the Lamont Township Fire Department breakfast. If you ever catch wind of that, I would highly recommend it. It's very good food, supports a good cause. This Saturday, I will be going to the Argyle Township meeting at 10 in the morning. And that's about it.
Good. Thank you, Roger.
Thank you.
Appreciate everyone's commissioner reports. Nathan, your administrator report, please.
Thank you. Yes, I had a meeting with the HDC to discuss our chill grant, the dollars that we received for the housing rehabilitation. So far, there's been 8 projects completed. They're hoping to complete a couple more before the timeline runs out. But it was nice to see the projects that have been completed were in various areas through the county. So from Deckerville to Elk to Lexington, throughout, they're looking at 1 or 2 and more townships. So all throughout the county. Main projects have been roofing projects that have been done. And while I was meeting with them, they also wanted me to just pass along to the board that as you guys go out, if there's any talk about residents, specifically low-income residents needing some support with improvements to their housing, there is weatherization dollars through HDC where they can help improve energy efficiency in the homes. So if people low income and need some help, they can go to HDC or call HDC and see what can be done to improve energy efficiency at the residence. So they also sent along, which I know I emailed you guys, but they are opening the domestic and sexual assault survivors site here in Sandusky. And Mr. Faber corrected the address on it is wrong. It says 33 East Sanilac Road. It's 33 West Sanilac Road. It's across the street in the building with, I believe, List Psychological Services. So that'll be a nice addition to our area here. The other thing I wanted to talk about was at the health department. As you know, there will be some flooring improvements. They have decided to do some painting prior to the flooring going down. So there's some painting going on over there. So it'll be a nice new look with some fresh paint, and the flooring project gets completed over there at the health department. in the clinic area in the rooms.
Any kind of idea on timeline to get something like that completed?
Well, I think the idea was the flooring was supposed to be in sometime here in April, and then they'll schedule the install date. I don't think it'll take them too long. They move pretty quick. They've done some different flooring stuff through this building, so the big thing was just getting the materials there and getting everything ready to go. So yeah, and that's all I have.
Any questions for Nathan? Good, seeing none. Nathan, thank you for your report. At this time, I'm going to call for public comments pertaining to the agenda. Are there any public comments pertaining to the agenda today? Seeing none, we are going to move on. Next up, we have our Doug Sweet here to give his 2025 annual report. Doug, welcome. Going to bind your paperwork. We'll go through it very, don't like trees very much, do you? They get in the way of your drains.
We gotta follow the law, so I guess this is my policy.
Want to use mine?
No, I got one. I'll go through it very quickly. If you guys have any questions afterwards, feel free to ask or stop up to the office. So I'll keep moving along since you guys have a full house today. Our 2025 report, we always start out with the breakdown of all of our accounts. This should be nothing new to everybody. We've gone through a couple of them. That lists them all out. And then it goes into, last year we had no petitions filed. We had no drain lettings. We did, either control or removal on 7 drains. We sprayed 24 drains we performed maintenance on 24 drains for roughly 64 miles of full work we did for tree and sediment removal. And then we did brush control, spraying brush on 81 drains, roughly 280 miles worth of work. Next, you can see it says under MDOT, we had 4 drains that we received money from MDOT on to help cost share in projects. That is just for 2025. Some of these drains, we had some money in 24 also, so that's not the actual amount we got for the whole drain. Like Spring Creek Drain, you'll see there's some pictures of. MDOT paid the total cost of that, and that was just over $1.1 million to replace that culvert and put in a box culvert. This next page has some more pictures of Spring Creek and Peck. And then the start of the next page is the Duff Intercounty Drain in Marlette, which had flooding for, they tell me, 20 or 30 years. I guess you can probably verify that, Roger.
Probably more than that.
So,
But I'm happy to report that, and we talked earlier, after Saturday's rain event, we had 3.5 inches at our house in Marlette, and there was no flooding up there. Elsewhere in the town, a little different, but nothing we couldn't get through. So.
good. So MDOT contributed just over $2.2 million to that project. That was about 85% of the total cost. So there's some pictures of that also. And then it goes into a breakdown of all of our accounts. Our 1 account, we have roughly 1.6 million in there, up about 190,000 from last year. That is the cash on hand that we have. It's a total of all the drains combined. Last summer, we assessed out just over $1.9 million. And Santa County share is $311,710.18 of that, just over 1.9 million. Our 851 account, which is next, has just over 320,000 in that. That is the makeup of all the drains that have a loan against them. And then our 802 account is next. It is made up of all the drains that need to be assessed out so far for next year. We've roughly done $260,000 worth of work this year already. And then our last one is our 804 account, and that is my maintenance supervisor's account, which Mr. Barman set up 30, 40 years ago, which helps us do business, afford our truck and stuff like that. So I went through it quick. Do you guys have any questions or comments or?
My sump pump's been working pretty hard last 4 days.
I'll put you on the list. Anything else?
Hey Doug, I talked to you last summer, briefly. There seems to be, in our area anyway, ditches that were dug somewhat and drains along the road. There's a lot of cattails. Is that something the townships have to pay in to spray that or?
You can try and spray it, but it's not very effective.
Okay.
It's costly and it's multiple years in a row and it's really not, we've tried it on a couple of drains and I wasn't happy with the results. I can't justify spending the money on that. So I mean, if townships want to do it, they're more than welcome to, but proceed with caution because it's really not a very good investment.
So the best thing is call Todd, start a fire in addition, burn them out.
You can try it.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Gotta get your burn permit.
Yeah.
That's what I just said. Call Todd.
Anything else?
We're good.
Thank
for
you.
being here today, Doug.
Thanks.
Have a good one. Thank you.
You can stick around.
I'll go walk up there.
Okay.
All right, that's going to conclude presentations for today. We do have some interviews for some boards we'll be making appointments to later in the meeting. So the first board that we're going to be doing interviews for is going to be the Sand Lake County Community Mental Health Board. Is Joyce Johnson here? Joyce, welcome. Yep, if you could step up to the podium and just tell us a little bit about yourself, we'd appreciate it.
Yes, I'm Joyce Johnson. I'm a parent of a special individual. She just turned 45. I've been involved with community mental health for a long time. I'm on the Region 10 board. I've been on there for over 15 years. And I've been my last term on the Sand Lake board with a lot of very positive and caring individuals, which is another reason why I want to be on the board again. I have always kind of fought for special individuals. I was a teacher for 34 years, so I saw a lot of special people during that time and tried to help them, have them come in my classroom a lot of times at lunch when they were struggling a little bit or just needed someone to talk to. I would appreciate your vote to be on the board again. I enjoy the board. I enjoy helping special individuals. That's my main reason for being on the board, is to help special, as Roger knows, see each other learn different things together and all that. But yeah, it's a great experience and it's a very much worth my time and effort.
Very good. Does anybody have any questions for Joyce?
Keep up the good work. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for being here today, Joyce.
Yeah.
Next up for the Sand Lake County Community Board is Brett Lester. Brett, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you today?
Good, thank you.
He doesn't have the storm armor hat with him today.
No, it's a little nicer out,
Yeah,
kind of.
you can, if you need to know what the weather is, just see what hat Brett's wearing. He's always got a warmer hat on when it's colder out.
Joyce was my 8th grade teacher, so you know, down in the Gale School District where I grew up. I've been on the Sand Lake CMH board for 6 years. I too am a family member of a disabled individual. And so being on the board and supporting other people that support disabled individuals is important to me. I've also sat on the Recipients' Rights Committee, which is a subcommittee at CMH, which kind of got me in the front door. I sat on that committee for over 12 years and I chair that committee for them for recipients' rights. Again, I thoroughly enjoy my time with the CMH board and I hope I'll be reappointed.
Any questions for Brett?
No, thank you.
I appreciate your service, Brett.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here today. Next up for the Sand Lake County Community Mental Health Board is Anna Lopez. Is Anna here today?
She is. Can I speak for you?
Absolutely. I take it Angela Weber will, yeah, I don't see her here.
Yeah,
Well, welcome, Will. It's good to see you too.
Yeah.
good to see you all. Anna's a school social worker over at Carsonville for Sand Lake School, so she couldn't be here today. She's been on the board I think just over a year. She was our newest addition. Actually, is bringing forth some school-related experience, which has been very beneficial for us as far as developing and improving our relationships with our schools. I mean, honestly, if you look at all of our board members, we have probably a 95% attendance rate, which is phenomenal for community mental health. So, I mean, very rarely do I have an empty seat at my 12-seat table. So that's a very nice thing. And she's definitely really interested in continuing to serve in mental health, where we would love to keep her. Angela Weber, I'm going to just go ahead and go right through if that's okay. Angela Weber, she is our second newest board member, and she is a nurse practitioner who lives, I believe, in your area, John. And she works just north of the county line. I forget what town it is up in Huron County, but she serves actually a lot of residents from Sanilac County as well. And she actually brings a medical perspective to community mental health, which is very important for us, especially now as we expand as a community, as a CCBHC, and we're expanding services and providing more collaboration, coordination, and care with primary care. So she has a wealth of knowledge, and it's nice to have a physician or a nurse practitioner on our board. So we would definitely, well, she and I would really appreciate her reappointment.
Very good. Does anybody have any questions for Will?
Just a comment that mental health board is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
The people that make up that board cover every aspect of mental health in the community. It's an honor to serve with them, really is.
Sounds like you guys have good engagement, good participation. That's always nice. That's the one thing I appreciate about the board that I'm sitting on currently is very regularly, we're all here together. So.
And honestly, as the mental health director, I appreciate the county and the county's involvement and your support of our organization as we've expanded services and meet more and more people's needs. I'm going to go a little off tack if that's okay.
We'll give you a little latitude.
So like recently, I would actually inform my board, I had applied to become part of the Rural Transformation Advisory Group at the state level. If you recall, when the big beautiful bill passed, there was money set aside for rural health care. So there was a huge number of people across the state that applied to be part of this committee that's supposed to determine, hopefully, that the money is going to be spent appropriately. I am the only mental health director that was appointed. So I'll be part of that group and hopefully be able to bring some of those funds back to help, not my organization, but really rural health. I'm really looking for ways that we can help our hospital systems, especially deal with influx and emergency room care, which is going to be unfunded shortly. So I wanted to share that.
Very good. Thank you for being here, Will.
Thanks.
Okay, that's going to conclude interviews with Sanilac Community Mental Health Board. Next up is the Sanilac County Parks and Recreation Board. And first up is Jim Bowerman. Jim, welcome. You wouldn't know anything about that board, would you?
No, I really wouldn't. I began to wonder, I wasn't going to do this again. But, because of different situations, I'm going to give it a try if you'll accept me. I've got 32 years in on the Parks Commission, and when I looked back at where we were when I first went on the board in '93, was a beat up old tractor in a park that was just barely getting along in Forester, and I used to camp out there, to where we are today. There's been a lot of people put in a lot of effort and a lot of time, along with this board and everybody else. No one person can do it, but everybody working together. We've had some good managers, good people working in our park, and have right now. And I just want to see it continue to grow and continue to improve with the projects that we've done and things that we've added. Each one of those things is a lot of maintenance involved and taking care of them. So it continually gets to be more and more of a job, more of a problem. And we have a couple new managers this year that are going to do a great job. And I look forward to doing it again if you want. I do, but
Sounds good. Does anybody have any questions for Jim?
Thank you for your service.
Jim, we appreciate you being here today and thank you for everything you've done for this county over the years. It is appreciated.
thank you.
Okay, next up for the Sanilac County Parks and Recreation Board is Jim Turpney. Oh, Jim, you are here. I didn't see you.
Hi, back there.
Welcome, Jim. Good to see you.
Good to be here. Please. Thank you. Get some work out of it. So this is the conclusion of my first term on the Parks Board. And a couple of things that I really wanted to hit on and I'm really proud of is over this past 3 years is we've hired Jim, a lot of stuff that Jim talked about. We found these 2 new managers, which is a challenge. And I'm really excited about the 2 new managers that we found. I think we've got a couple of really quality people and a lot of hard work went into tracking those people down over the course of the past 3 years that I've been on the board. And for several years before that, the revenues are increasing every year, doing a lot of things right. And that's showing. And that's really cool to see. A lot of hard work on the part of a lot of folks. Can't take any credit for it, that's for sure, but a lot of hard work on a lot of folks. And many of you will recall when I was here before, I said one of the things I'm really passionate about is expanding the park's reach to the community. We love our campers and the RV component of the parks is amazing. But one of the cool things that I've enjoyed participating in is the non-RV participation at the parks. the new playscape at Forester, the kayak launch, the kayak rental at Evergreen, the miniature golf at Evergreen, the disc golf that's going in. Who knew that Marlette was the biggest manufacturer of disc golf equipment in the state or the country or something?
Yeah.
No idea. Really cool to see. So that's the really cool stuff. And also as we move forward, if you'll have me, really looking forward to further exploring Delaware and where we're going to go with that and what the potential is for that. Not sure where that's going to lead. And we also have a millage coming up the end of the summer. And looking forward to working really hard to get that renewed, working in the community, and with outreach and to get that kind of stuff taken care of. So if you'll have me, I'd love to go and do it another go.
Very good. Does anybody have any questions for Jim? Jim, we appreciate you being here today.
Thanks, sir.
Next up for the Parks and Recreation Board is Angela Van Sickle. Is Angela here today? I think so. Okay. Next up is Kenneth Wimmer. Ken, welcome. How you doing today, Ken?
Good, Ken. I pretty much have met everybody here over the years. I've been involved in a number of things. I have a small vegetable perennial flower farm just outside Port St. Lake. I still do some property tax assessing. I've been on the fire department in Port St. Lake for a number of years. And I only mention that because 3 of the parks in the county, 2 of the county parks and Jellystone Park, are serviced by Port St. Lake Fire Department. So we make too many runs to any of the parks. And excuse me, should I answer a stay on call?
Only if your horse won.
Pardon?
Only if your horse won.
Anyway, my observation, I'm not a camper. My family's all out of the state, but attending these 3 campgrounds, they're all full ever since 2000 COVID. And we need more space. We need more of everything involved with recreation. And I'd like to see that, help that get along. And I'm just interested in helping it.
Very good. Does anybody have any questions for Ken? Hearing none, we appreciate you being here today, Ken.
Thanks, Ken.
Thank you.
And we have one last committee to do interviews for today, and there's just one individual, and that's Frederick Buckner.
That's correct, sir.
Welcome.
Hello. I have served on this committee previously. The last time it was up, I was unable to voice my opportunity to get there because I had a medical appointment. This time I'd like to take and rejoin that committee for a little bit of information about myself. I'm a transplant to Sand Lake County. I was retired military 28 years, and I have served the country. As far as I'm concerned, serving the veterans is something that I do regularly, and I'm still under contract as far as the Navy is concerned to do my best for my fellow veterans and myself. When I first came here, I did substitute school teaching in Mr. Earhart.
Yes.
I had you in one of the classes that I subbed for.
I vaguely remember that.
You obviously left an impression on him.
Back then it was like, yeah.
How you're sitting here.
Go there.
Was that a negative or positive?
As far as something,
No, with him.
Actually, I never ran into any students I didn't like, and I always provided them with an opportunity to express. And whenever I could, I'd tell a sea story or two. And maybe that.
Well, my dad had 20 years in the Navy too, so
Yeah,
probably why you remember me.
yeah. That's how I know you. I knew your dad too. So, with that, I served on the committee previously.
If there's any questions, I'll be glad to avail them. I am a veteran that has disabilities, but that's why I want to keep giving back. I know that there's a lot out there, and the big thing that I'm working with is trying to find caregivers for our veterans that need assistance, that are kind of falling through the crack. And that's something I'd like to see maybe the county take a look at, because there's a lot of veterans that have needs out there that their family members are not available to grant that. I know that's not part of the committee that I'm looking for, but I think it's something that we need to look at. I know several other counties that are doing that, where they have individuals that go out and screen individuals and actually find caregivers to give those veterans assistance. Any questions for me?
Anybody have any questions for Frederick? Seeing none, we appreciate you being here today and thank you for your service to our country.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, that's going to complete interviews. We're going to move into appointments to committees. And first up today, I have the Sand Lake County Community Mental Health Board. We have 4 positions available for 3-year terms expiring 3/31 of 29. And we have 4 applicants. So I will entertain a motion to appoint Joyce Johnson, Brett Lester, Anna Lopez, and Angela Weber to the Sand Lake County Community Mental Health Board.
I'll make that motion.
I'll support it.
I have a motion by Commissioner Ballard, support by Commissioner Lee to make those appointments. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Joyce and Brett, congratulations, you are appointed, and Will, you can let the other 2 know that they have been appointed as well. And we appreciate you being here today, Will, to cover the other 2. Next up is the Sand Lake County Parks and Recreation Board. We have 3 positions available for 3-year terms expiring 4/8 of 2029. And we have Jim Bowerman, Jim Turpinning, Angela Van Sickle, and Kenneth Wimmer all going for those positions. So I will entertain a motion to enter all 4 of those names into nomination and that we will vote with a paper ballot.
I'll make that motion.
Support. Okay, I have a motion from Commissioner Lee, supported by Commissioner Heberling to enter those 4 people into nomination and that we will vote with the ballot. All in favor of that, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried, and then you can make your vote, please. Need that Jeopardy music.
Evans could sing.
I'll do one with the Wheel of Fortune guy.
We can mix it up. We can have them all.
On your phone. You're so bad.
Okay, so I have 6 for Kenneth Wimmer, 1 for Angela Van Sickle, 7 for Jim Turpinning, and 7 for Jim Bowerman.
Okay, thank you, Leslie.
You're
So Jim Bowerman, Jim Turpinning, and Kenneth Wimmer, you are all appointed to the Parks and Recreation Board. Congratulations. Okay. Next up today for appointments is going to be an appointment to the Veterans Affairs Committee. And we have 1 appointment for a partial 4-year term expiring 11/1 of 2026. I'll entertain a motion that we appoint Frederick Buckner to that position.
I'll make that motion.
Support. I have a motion by Commissioner Ehart, supported by Commissioner Moody. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of making that appointment, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Frederick, congratulations. You are reappointed to that board. That is going to conclude appointments to standing committees. I see no need for boards and commission appointments or county chair appointments. So that's going to move us directly into general resolutions, and we have some great ones today. The first one is a resolution honoring Dawn Cubitt for years of dedicated service. Dawn, if you join me. Years of you waited for the state.
Really not.
You don't know that?
Probably do, but.
Yeah. So this is a resolution honoring you for your years of dedicated service. Whereas Dawn Cubitt is retiring from Sanilac County after more than 30 years of faithful and dedicated public service. And whereas Dawn began her career with Sanilac County on March 24th, 1996 at the Sanilac County Sheriff's Office. And through her commitment, leadership, and professionalism was promoted to Central Dispatch Director on July 23rd, 2003. And whereas throughout her distinguished career, Dawn Cubitt demonstrated an unwavering dedication to public service, consistently going above and beyond in the performance of her duties. And whereas Dawn is known not only for her exceptional work ethic, but also for her compassion, steady leadership, and genuine care for both the public she served and the colleagues she worked alongside. And whereas Dawn's integrity, character, and professionalism earned her respect, trust, and admiration of coworkers, peers, and county leadership alike. And whereas Dawn's many years of service have left a lasting and meaningful impact on Sanilac County and has contributed greatly to the safety, efficiency, and well-being of its citizens. Now therefore be it resolved that the Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby expresses its sincere gratitude and appreciation to Dawn Cubitt for her outstanding service, leadership, and steadfast commitment to Sanilac County. And be it further resolved that the Board of Commissioners extends its heartfelt congratulations and warmest wishes to Dawn Cubitt for her continued health, happiness, and fulfillment as she begins her well-earned retirement. And be it further resolved that this resolution be presented to Dawn Cubitt and entered into the official proceedings of the Sanilac County Board of Commissioners this 7th day of April, 2026.
I appreciate the opportunity to serve my community for the past 30 years, and I feel privileged for all the family and friends I've gained along the way. So thank you.
Now you got to do the photo op.
Well, no.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's all through that quick. And
Yeah.
take that one out. Okay, there's a resolution offered by myself for Dawn. Is there support?
Sports.
Support from Commissioner Ehart. Leslie, a roll call vote, please.
Chairman Black,
Yes.
Commissioner Ehart,
Yes.
Commissioner Ballard,
Yes.
Commissioner Moody,
Yes.
Commissioner Lee,
Yes.
Commissioner Sarkella,
Yes.
Commissioner Heberly.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Thank you, Leslie.
Mhm.
Okay, next up, we have a resolution honoring Rick Mitchell for years of service.
Come on up, Mr. Mitchell. I know this is something that you didn't want to do. I'm not gonna.
I'll stand right beside you.
Resolution honoring Rick Mitchell for years of service. Whereas Rick Mitchell has given over 33 years of dedicated service as the Maple Valley Township Supervisor. And whereas Rick has further demonstrated his commitment to public service through several years of service on the Brown City Park Board, the Maple Valley Township Board of Review, the Brown City Fire Authority. And whereas his leadership, integrity, and steadfast dedication has significantly contributed to the growth, stability, and well-being of Maple Valley Township and the surrounding communities. Now therefore be it resolved that the Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby recognize and commends Rick Mitchell for his longstanding commitment, faithful service, and valuable contributions to Maple Valley Township and the community. Be it further resolved that this resolution be presented to Rick Mitchell and spread upon the proceeding of the Sanilac County Board of Commissioners the 7th day of April, 2026.
Thank
Just got a warning for you, don't trust your mailman. 33 years ago, I heard him coming down the road, so I met him. And he says, "Why you're out here, sign this for me." It was a petition. Oh, you're gonna take a picture? I never used to see your thing. Warrant, is it?
No.
And I know Rick has been on many more committees, but it's hard to get information out of this gentleman. In fact, he did not want this resolution at all, but I told him that his township board would hang me if I didn't do my job. Congratulations.
I have a resolution offered by Commissioner Lee. Is there support?
I'll support it.
Well, you did it. So get Commissioner Heberling supported.
Yeah.
Leslie, a roll call, please.
I'm sorry, who was the support?
Commissioner Heberling.
Okay. Commissioner Lee,
Yes.
Commissioner Heberly.
Yes.
Commissioner Sarcella,
Yes.
Commissioner Moody.
Yes.
Commissioner Block,
Yes.
Commissioner Ballard,
Yes.
and Commissioner Ehart.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Thank you, Leslie.
Mhm.
And lastly, today for a resolution on honoring Edward Papp for years of service.
Mr. Papp, I know you're in here.
Little slow on getting up.
Me too. Thank you for coming today. This is a resolution honoring Edward Paff for years of service. Whereas Edward Paff has dedicated over 50 years of service as Argyle Township Clerk, having joined the Township Board in May of 1975. And whereas a veteran of the United States Army, Ed continued his commitment to serving through his community. And whereas he contributed to numerous township projects, including the development of Argyle Park, construction of the fire hall, and improvements to the township facilities. And whereas he maintained accurate records while guiding the transition from handwritten documentation and paper ballots to modern computerized systems. And whereas Ed served with distinction through the Michigan Townships Association, took on many additional township responsibilities, revived the Argyle homecoming tradition, and mentored fellow board members. And whereas he served alongside his wife Ellen, deputy clerk, while also working full-time as a diesel mechanic, earning the respect of his colleagues and community. Now therefore be it resolved that the Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby recognizes and commends Edward Paff for his faithful service and lasting contributions to Argyle Township. Be it further resolved that this resolution be presented to Edward Paff and spread upon the proceedings of the Sanilac County Board of Commissioners this 7th day of April 2026. Congratulations on the time. Thank you. That was always the first one I met at the hall, because he was the first one at every meeting. I don't know if he lived there part-time or what, probably.
We have a resolution offered by Commissioner Ballard. Is there support?
I'll support it.
Support by Commissioner Lee. Leslie, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Ballard,
Yes.
Commissioner Lee,
Yes.
Commissioner Ehart,
Yes.
Commissioner Sarcella,
Yes.
Commissioner Moody,
Yes.
Commissioner Heberling,
Yes.
Chairman Block.
Yes. Resolution is adopted. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, everyone who attended to participate in that. It's great to have great public officials that are willing to dedicate their time and their lives essentially to public service, and that needs to be acknowledged, and I'm glad we're able to do that here today. Lastly, we have a resolution authorizing entry of participation agreements and partial settlement of the national prescription opioid litigation, and that will be offered by Commissioner Moody, or I'm sorry, Ehart.
Whereas the Sanilac County Board of Commissioners filed a lawsuit to address the public nuisance that is the opiate epidemic, and whereas Associate Pharmacies, Inc., J.M. Smith Corporation, Louisiana Wholesale Drug Company, Inc., Morris and Dickinson Co., North Carolina Mutual Wholesale Drug Company, Inc., United Natural Foods, Inc., and the subsidiaries have negotiated a proposed settlement agreement for eligible entities, and whereas the proposed settlement contains an agreement for the 6 remnant defendants to pay a combined $97,625,000 in cash to resolve pending opioid related litigation. And whereas the Sanilac County Board of Commissioners previously executed participation agreements for the distributor and Janssen settlements, the Teva, Allergan, CVS, Walgreens settlements, the Kroger settlement, the Sandoz settlement, and the secondary manufacturer and Purdue Sackler settlements, which have conferred and continue to confer valuable benefits. Now therefore, Sanilac County Board of Commissioners authorize the execution of the participation agreement for the remnant defendant settlement. Be it further resolved, the resolution be spread upon the proceedings of the Sanilac County Board of Commissioners this 7th day of April 2026.
I have a resolution offered by Commissioner Ehart. Is there support? Support by Commissioner Ballard. Leslie, a roll call vote on that, please.
Commissioner Ehart,
Yes.
Commissioner Ballard,
Yes.
Chairman Block,
Yes.
Commissioner Sarcella,
Yes.
Commissioner Heberling,
Yes.
Commissioner Lee,
Yes.
Commissioner Moody.
Yeah.
Resolution is adopted. Thank you, Leslie.
Mr. Chair, I just want to point out one thing. Those 3 resolutions honoring those individuals represent 113 years of service.
Wow.
To our community. So thank you all.
Excellent point. Thank you, Roger. Okay, that's going to conclude resolutions for today. That's going to move us into committee reports, and we'll start with Commissioner Ballard.
Hey, not a lot. On a quiet end of the month. At CMH board last Tuesday, their numbers continue to hold or climb. And Will kind of updated us on a couple of things. One thing I want to point out is anyone who receives a redetermination notice for their Medicaid, make sure you address that immediately. Do not wait, because if it lapses, it's very difficult to get signed back up. So if you know anybody that's in that system, make sure they get it done. So I had one other thing. Oh, last week, Greg Alexander was out of town, so his representative Justin was at the Marlin Airport, so I went up and heard his review of things going on in Lansing. Went a lot quicker than when Greg's there.
Was there anything you gleaned from it that you?
Not much. Oh, one thing he did mention though, the project with the Amish building that bridge in Tuscola County, that has gotten some more notice from the state. I guess they've kind of come to the conclusion that maybe it is a necessary thing. Nothing firm yet, but they are looking at it. So
Good.
That was good to hear.
Well, at least there's some positive movement.
Yeah.
Because we were getting some bad news there for a while.
No guarantees ever, but
Right.
it sounded good. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Roger. Appreciate the report. Gary?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. 2 weeks ago, I had our MMPC meeting in Carroll, and nothing really outstanding report on that. Tonight, I have our Parks Board meeting over at the training center on Dawson Street. That's my report.
Okay, thank you, Gary. Bill?
Nothing locally here, but while we were gone, I had a conversation with Pinellas County Animal Control. And there happened to be in the parking lot where we were staying a truck that was really decked out, had the boxes all the way around, and it was the fanciest animal truck I've ever seen. So I wandered over there to talk to the gentleman. And turns out he was a retired detective from Nashville, and he was out on patrol as an investigator. He joined down there, become an investigator. He retired out of the police force with years of service. And anyways, long story short, I picked him about, what facilities they have down there and so forth, because I was telling him, well, we just finished our building and we have a couple staff, and well, they have 300 dogs at any one time. And they have a vet building, a dog building, a cat building, an adoption building, and almost 100 employees.
Wow.
Just for the one county. And he said, I don't think we could get by with a couple employees down here. And they don't even do the exotics. They stay away from the snakes, the alligators, and the lizards. They go to the MNR, but just dogs.
Wow.
So yeah, quite interesting. The truck was like, wow, this is probably we talk about the price of buses and stuff. This was a $300,000 vehicle that he was driving around in. That's all I have.
Okay. Entertaining as always. Thank you, Bill. Christine?
I just have Parks Board tonight.
Okay. John and I had policy this morning, and it was related to the cash handling policy, and the board will see what we came up with in 2 weeks in the finance meeting. That's all I have.
I had HTC at the end of last month, the status quo there, and I was gonna bring up the opening of the facility in 2 days across the street.
Okay.
But Nathan already brought up.
Very good. Thank you, Evans. John?
March 23rd, I had medical care facility. I was working on redoing some floors. I was looking at replacing one of their boilers, hiring a new activities director. And right now their average daily census is 76. And then also on the 24th, I did the mock interviews for the seniors at Croswell Lexington Schools. And on the 16th of April, I'm going to be attending the Forgotten Man Ministries dinner and pet for the jail. And that's all I have.
Okay, very good. Thank you, John. Appreciate everyone's committee reports. We're going to move on. I see no need for unfinished business, which is going to move us directly into new business, where today we start out with FA 053-26, approval of current claims.
Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the payment of current claims identified on the accounts payable report dated March 31st, 2026 for the general bank account in the amount of $108,016.08.
Support. I have a motion from Finance Chairman Sarkella, supported by Commissioner Heberlein. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 054-26, a budget adoptions, amendments, appropriations, and transfers.
Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the following amendments and establishes the following accounts as listed.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, supported by Commissioner Lee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 055-26, authorization of funding for community event for Drug Task Force.
Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes funding for the Tall Cop High in Plain Sight Training Community Event on August 4th, 2026 to be held at Marlette High School at a cost not to exceed $8,500 with funding from the Drug Task Force Education Training Line.
Support. I have a motion from Finance Chairman Sarkella, supported by Vice Chairman Ballard. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 056-26, approval of agricultural appraisal services for the Equalization Office.
Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby approves an agreement to provide agricultural appraisal services between the County of Sanilac and MAC Assessing Services LLC for a 3-year term at a cost for 2027 of $52,865, for 2028 of $53,350, and for 2029 of $53,835, for a total cost not to exceed $160,050 with funding from the equalization budget, and further authorizes the board chairman sign the necessary agreement.
Support.
I have a motion from Finance Chairman Sarkella, supported by Commissioner Heberlein. Is there any discussion?
Just want to bring out the fact, we discussed it in our finance meeting. This is a mandate, basically. We have to have this for equalization and mandated by the state.
Right. Any further discussion related to FA 056-26? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 057-26, authorization of license renewal for information technology.
Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes payment to Broadcom not to exceed $22,608.96 for the purpose of a license renewal with funding from the information technology budget for immediate approval.
Support. Motion by Commissioner Sarkella, supported by Commissioner Ehart. Is there any discussion?
I actually looked into this outside of here from our tech guy, did more research, and it's all true everywhere. Broadband can just do it to anybody, so.
Okay.
Broadcom ordered it.
Any further discussion related to FA 057-26? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 058-26, award and authorization to bid for the State Land Bank project.
Sanilac County Board of Commissioners hereby awards and authorizes S.A. Torello for the demolition project and pack at a cost not to exceed $62,000 funded through the county land bank budget and reimbursed by the state land bank grant.
Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Sarkella, supported by Commissioner Lee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 059-26, award and authorization to purchase uniform services in its vehicles for the sheriff's office.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby awards and authorizes Berger Chevrolet Incorporated, Grand Rapids, Michigan, the bid for the purpose of purchasing two 2026 Chevrolet Tahoe 9C1 police package vehicles, model 6K 10706 four-wheel drive, 5.38 BBT to be assigned to the Uniformed Services Division at a cost of $53,893 each for a total cost not to exceed $107,786 with funding from the Police Vehicle Fund for immediate approval.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Moody. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to NFA 005-26, appointment of Crystal Schultz as the 911 Central Dispatch.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby appoints Crystal Schultz as the 911 Central Dispatch Director effective April 11th, 2026.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Ehart. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Congratulations, Crystal. We'll look forward to seeing you on the finance meeting, right?
Every 2 weeks.
Will be nice. Okay, lastly, we have our add-on item today, and that is NFA 006-26, and that's approval of the drain report provided by Drain Commissioner Sweet today.
Motion to approve.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Ballard, supported by Commissioner Lee, to approve the drain report. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. That will conclude new business. We have a lot of public here today, and I always like to say this. You didn't see a lot of discussion of the board of the items that we just approved. It's important to note that every single one of those items was thoroughly discussed and vetted by the board 2 weeks ago in our finance meeting. So I just don't want anybody thinking that we approve things without talking about them. That's the process that we use. At this time, though, I'm going to call for general public comments. So are there any general public comments today? Okay, seeing none, we're going to move on. The board is going to go into closed session. We're for the purposes of contract negotiations. You are all welcome to stay and come back in when we come out of closed session. However, I can tell you right now, we are going to take no action other than adjourning the meeting after we come out of closed session. So if you guys choose to take off, we will not be offended. So we appreciate everybody's participation here today.
I'm going to. Yeah.
With that said, I'll entertain a motion to enter into closed session for purpose of contract. Yeah, Christine made it, Evans supported it, but we need a roll call vote to enter it.
We're going in at Okay,
I can leave.
Chairman Black.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Commissioner Ballard.
Brett,
We're going into
Yeah.
closed session.
we know we need, Ken Wimmer back in there.
Just excuse me one.
You know, which is.
You guys got a meeting. Are you telling them there's a meeting tonight?
Yeah, you need to get it up to see Doug.
Yeah, it's just nice to come in.
I don't know.
You got a meeting tonight.
I know. I applaud you on that. I thought this was gonna get done about 50 minutes ago. Most how long this closed session take. I thought another 15, 20 minutes. We done.
Yeah.
Only by.
It went. If you're being efficient.
I didn't need to waste time to hobble.
We were putting carpet in and now we're starting to come up and one guy.
When Memphis brought up Michigan winning the national championship last night, that makes me.
Well, that was your job.
Chance.
I thought you said in prayer.
Oh.
God bless our boys.
Okay, so I'll start over. The official time going in is 1:58. Chairman Black,
Yes.
Commissioner Ballard,
Yes.
Commissioner Heberling.
Yes.
Commissioner Sarcella.
Yes.
Commissioner Lees,
Yes.
Commissioner Ehart,
Yes.
Commissioner Moody.
You're in closed session.